So let me tell you about Ariana. She was 4 years old when I started working with her. She had qualified the previous year through a speech language evaluation, and a few areas were identified, but in general, it was people describing her as, we just can't understand what she's saying. She's really hard to understand. And so if any of you have worked with a preschooler who's hard to understand, there's a lot that goes into it, right? It's not just speech sounds. It's not just phonology. It's not just language. There's all these different parts that are all working together to make it so that that child is hard to understand. So the very first thing that we do with the SLK framework and when we are looking at how to help a new child is that we need to start with figuring out which area of communication that they're struggling in. And when I say area, I'm talking about speech, language, voice, fluency, these big areas, okay? So speech is the actual pronunciation of speech sounds. And then language is the words we use and how we put them together and how we use those words, right? So it's the actual language piece. And then fluency would be stuttering, repetitions, getting stuck on words, the flow of speech. And then we have things like your voice, which is your voice quality. We have social communication, how you use your language to interact socially with others. And then functional communication, which is, are we able to get our basic wants and needs met by communicating with others? Okay, so those are our 6 areas that we look at with any child who's coming into speech language services.